Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's the motherfucking deal? Welcome back to Sheldon's Bootleg Ass Studio, where you come to kick it, vibe out, and shoot the shit with Sheldon. I really do appreciate each and every last one of y'all for pulling up. Do me a favor, though. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel as you follow up in this thing. Let me know who you is and where you from. Yeah. And we right back live. I was live a little earlier, had so many technical difficulties, you know what I'm saying? I had to go ahead and end it. I tried to keep it going as long as I could. So hopefully we don't have as many technical difficulties as earlier. I know I'm gonna probably have some because I'm working with an old system, you know what I'm saying? This 2018 MacBook Pro. You know, I need to go ahead and upgrade. And just before I went live, I was looking at some new MacBooks. I gotta buckle down and go and give me one. Unfortunately. But yeah. So what's good? What he do? Appreciate each and every last one of y'all for pulling up to the bootleg ass stew. Let me know who you is and where you from as you filed in. Big Petty Energy say free that man. Did they get him? They ain't get him yet, did they? I don't think they got him. Have they got him? Oh. CC in the building. What he do? What's the motherfucking deal? Appreciate you for pulling up. I ain't gonna be on here too long. I'm just gonna chop it up for a little bit. You know. Chop it up just a little bit with y'all. You know, and I'm gonna let y'all get back to what y'all got going on. But I appreciate y'all for pulling up. CC say they got him. Oh, okay. This must be new information since I was last updated. Let me see what I can find. Oh shit, hold on real quick. Let me send this. Hold up. Let's go and jump into this right now. Uh. Damn it. Okay. Let me grab this link right quick. So this is live right now. Let me grab this link. Hit that like button. Crystal Bliss Patton say my show right here, man. I appreciate you.
Ruiz saying inclusive, the suspect in of his holding cell. That is Luigi Mangione, the 26-year-old there, believed to be connected. They're still awaiting those DNA, though, to come back to officially. He's being held there on those gun charges. Like you heard from authorities in this press conference from earlier today in New York City, they did recover a gun on his person, also a suppressor believed to be used in that fatal shooting, the grisly murder of Brian Thompson. So police, they have arrested the suspect identified just this morning as Luigi Nicholas Mangione, had a gun believed to be the one used in Wednesday's attack, as well as writings expressing anger at corporate America. So we're learning more information about the man captured, taken into custody around 9:15 in the morning after police received a tip that he was eating at a McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania, just east of Pittsburgh. Mangione was being held in Pennsylvania on gun charges, will eventually be extradited to New York to face charges in connection with Thompson's death, in addition to a 3-page handwritten document that suggested he harbored, quote, ill will toward corporate America. Mangione also had a ghost gun, a type of weapon that can be assembled at home and is difficult to trace. They also said it might be 3D printed. No real serial number, no VIN number on it. So there is a reason they're potentially linking them to this crime. Officers questioned Mangione, who was acting suspiciously, carrying multiple fraudulent IDs as well as a U.S. passport, according to New York Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch said at the news conference. She said the suppressor was, quote, consistent with the weapon used in the murder. He had clothing and a mask similar to those worn by the shooter of the fraudulent New Jersey ID, matching the one the suspect used to check into a New York City hostel before the shooting. So you can see a microphone being set up, pictures being taken, as this one expected to begin in just a matter of moments as well. Authorities said Mangione was also born and raised in Maryland, has ties to San Francisco, and his last known address was in Hawaii. Mangione was the valedictorian of his Maryland prep school, earning undergraduate and graduate degrees in computer science in 2020 from the University of Penn. A university spokesperson told the Associated Press on Monday morning. The Gilman School, from which Mangione graduated in 2016, is one of Baltimore's elite prep schools, and some of the city's wealthiest and most prominent people have children that attended that school. So the background is something that I think a lot of people will dive into as well, as Mangione comes from a prominent Maryland family as well. So the shooting back on Wednesday, as the search, the manhunt took 5+ days, spanning into the 6th day. As police said, the person who killed Thompson left a hostel in Manhattan's Upper West Side at 5:41 on Wednesday. Just 11 minutes later, he was seen on surveillance video walking back and forth in front of the New York Hilton Midtown wearing a distinctive backpack. At 6:44 a.m., he shot Thompson on the side entrance of the hotel, fled on foot, then climbed aboard an e-bike, and within 4 minutes had entered Central Park. Another security camera recorded the gunman leaving the park near the American Museum of Natural History at 6:56 a.m., still on a bicycle, but without the backpack. You saw different police, law enforcement entities canvassing the Central Park area, looking for evidence, including divers inside of ponds. After getting in a taxi, he headed north to a bus terminal near the George Washington Bridge, arriving at 7:30 in the morning. From there,
They know all his
video
whereabouts.
evidence runs cold. Police, they did not locate video of the suspected shooter entering the building, leading them to believe that he took a bus out of town. Police said they are still investigating the path the suspect to Pennsylvania. They thought he might have been heading to Georgia aboard a Greyhound bus. That was a possible lead that they were looking into over the last few days, but ultimately it led them to Altoona, Pennsylvania, thanks to a citizen, an employee of McDonald's, that saw the face of what they believed was the suspect, alerted to authorities, ultimately leading to bringing this person into custody. All right, let's take a quick 2-minute break to see if we can squeeze it in ahead of this press conference there in Blair County in Pennsylvania. We'll be right back.
All right, so while they gone, I'm gonna chop it up with y'all. I'm gonna leave it. So, oh, hold on, what's this right here? Ah, this is it's just a sky shot. Okay, now they saying this ex-Ivy League person is person of interest, right? Let's play this right here. Why they gone? Let's play this. Let's see what's going on. Come on now.
Good afternoon, everyone. Earlier this morning in Altoona, Pennsylvania, members of the Altoona Police Department arrested Luigi Mangione, a 26-year-old male, on firearms charges. At this time, he is believed to be our person of interest in the brazen targeted murder of Brian Thompson, CEO of United Healthcare, last Wednesday in Midtown Manhattan. The suspect was in a McDonald's and was recognized by an employee who then called local police. Responding officers questioned the suspect, who was acting suspiciously and was carrying multiple fraudulent IDs as well as a U.S. passport. Upon further investigation, officers recovered a firearm on his person as well as a suppressor, both consistent with the weapon used in the murder. They also recovered clothing, including a mask
was stupid.
consistent with those worn by our wanted individual. Also recovered was a fraudulent New Jersey ID, matching the ID our suspect used to check into his New York City hostel before the shooting incident. Additionally, officers recovered a handwritten document that speaks to both his motivation and mindset. NYPD detectives are en route to Pennsylvania as we seek to interview the subject further. This apprehension is thanks to the tireless work.
All right, hold on.
To follow the information, and if you are just joining us here nearing the top of the hour, we're learning more information about Luigi Mangione as the arraignment taking place today in Blair County in Pennsylvania. We're expecting to hear from someone there at this press conference after the arraignment, a news conference after they have taken into custody a strong person of interest in the fatal shooting of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. So you can see this shot going a little bit in and out, but we'll take you out to this as soon as it begins here on Live Now from Fox. I do want to talk about just who Luigi Mangione is. I want to put up some of these facts here on Live Now from Fox about this as the 26-year-old.
I spoke about them eyebrows. He should have done something about them eyebrows. Those are very distinct eyebrows, Brody. You try to cover your face, but you didn't cover them thick-ass caterpillar leech eyebrows, bro. Like, damn, them some big mud fornicators, bro. Like, we can identify that. Somebody knows you knows those eyebrows, bro. Yeah.
Software engineer, graduated from the University of Pennsylvania with degrees in computer science and mathematics. He attended a prestigious Gilman School, an all-boys prep school in Baltimore County, Maryland. He was the valedictorian of that institution in 2016. From a prominent, wealthy family in Baltimore with ties to real estate and healthcare as well.
My big petty energy talking about some where Mario. Where's Mario? Oh, man, because his name Luigi. Oh, man.
So learning about what led up to the arrest, but also what led up to the fatal shooting of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Here's more about what we learned earlier on today in this press conference as Luigi Mangione was taken into custody at a McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania, after an employee called it into authorities. The employee alerted police after spotting.
Is that employee gonna get paid?
Mangione sitting there and eating. Police said Mangione was found with a ghost gun mask, writing and other evidence, a manifesto of sorts, an ill will, as they call it, toward corporate America. Mangione being held in Pennsylvania on gun charges and will face charges in New York in the shooting of United Healthcare CEO. Preliminary arraignment taking place in Hollidaysburg, Pennsylvania tonight. And we're getting this shot back up one more time there in Pennsylvania of this. It's just news conference expected to begin any moment. You see plenty of media members on.
I'm waiting on them to set up, see what they're finna say.
Anybody steps up in a matter of moments, but this has been the main story for the last 6 days since those fateful Wednesday morning hours, 6:46 a.m. Brian Thompson was walking into the Hilton Midtown Manhattan Hotel, tragically shot in the back and the calf, ultimately taken to Mount Sinai West Hospital where he was pronounced dead. Mangione, they believe, fled on foot before getting on a electric bike, last seen in Central Park. They potentially believe that he had gotten on a bus to go to Georgia. So that was the case. You can see.
Put a thumbs up if you think it's him. Put a thumbs down if you think it's not him. I don't know. Them eyebrows look very distinctive. Like,
there. Happen any second now here after the arraignment. So this there in Blair, just east of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, on the more so the western side of Pennsylvania, if you are familiar, miles or so away from New York City and Manhattan where this happened. So there was a lot of discussion, and talk about the identity of this individual as this manhunt continued. There were reports that potentially they did have an identification of this person, but they weren't releasing it to the public. The police this morning said they did not know the identity, did not know Luigi Mangione was connected to this, was believed to be connected to this until this morning when he was taken into custody. Some of that evidence they found on his person could really help authorities, will really help authorities, as they found several fraudulent IDs, a passport, a ghost gun, and a suppressor they said is, quote, consistent to the one used in this Wednesday attack. So we're still following this very, very closely. Again, I just want to put up just this, the moment that Mangione was led inside of this courthouse earlier on for this arraignment, as you see Luigi for the first time since he was taken into custody. First time, really, we're seeing it on video since he was taken into custody. Stoic not saying anything to the media outside of this, led with his hands behind his back in handcuffs by several members of law enforcement in Pennsylvania. He's being held there on those gun charges and will likely be extradited to New York City as soon as possible to face these charges in the killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. So a lot uncovered today, a lot discovered and really revealed at the press conference by New York City Mayor Eric Adams, New York City Police Department Commissioner Jessica Tisch, and others. All right, we're still waiting for anyone to step out here. Let's take another quick 2-minute break here on Live Now from Fox, and hopefully we'll hear from authorities after this.
All right, well. Let's get back to over here then.
And federal. We all serve the same public safety mission. And this case, which captured the attention of an entire nation, is another example of how connected we are and how important it is to work together, share information, and pursue every lead.
Oh, that was the end of it? Oh, okay. Wonder what is over here in just a second. I'm net. Yeah. Wonder what his motive was. Do y'all think they got the right person, or do y'all think they wasting their time? They got somebody that's innocent.
From Fox, a live picture there in New York City as we turn our attention there from this, where that grisly murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson took place early Wednesday morning. Now out to Pennsylvania as we're learning more information about the man, the strong person of interest in this case, Luigi Mangione. You can see a couple Live Now pictures there in Hollidaysburg, Pennsylvania. So we'll see if they step up.
If it's him, I wonder how did he have those connections?
About what we are learning from this case.
He didn't do this by himself.
Different shot is a little bit pixelated at this point here on Live Now from Fox, but a news conference coming up in a matter of moments about this individual. We'll see what happened. They didn't get into too much of what was said and what the moment was like this morning at 9:15 when this individual, this person of interest, was taken into custody there at the McDonald's after an employee spotted the face, spotted the person that looked familiar based on some of the different tips that police were sending out, asking the public for help. The See Something, Say Something initiative.
What Karen McDonald's called in?
Police work. That was the words there from the press conference early this morning, courtesy of New York City Mayor Eric Adams and others talking about the final arrest and putting into custody of this individual, Luigi Mangione, saying this is a conclusion to this case, this manhunt that transpired, took place over the last week.
Yeah, taking them so long.
I'm Andy Mack here on Live Now from Fox. Let's slide away for another quick 2-minute break as we still figure out some of the tech issues that we are having, but also...
I'm finna say screw them, because they BSing. Yeah, they need to get it together. You feel me? Let me see this right quick. This is wild news. Like I really want to know what his motive was, man. Did they? Well, I guess they hadn't disclosed it because shit, they just got that information. They just got the suspect or the alleged suspect. Um, Let me see. They even got a video of him speaking at was it his graduation? He's giving a his valedictorian speech. Hold on, we finna play this real quick.
Headmaster Smythe, Mr. Hubeck, members of the Board of Trustees, family,
2016.
friends, faculty, and fellow students. Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here to celebrate Gilman's 116th Founders Day. I'm honored to be speaking to you all today on behalf of the Gilman class of 2016. When I started writing the speech, I talked with several students and teachers and asked how they would describe the class of 2016. Many of the students characterized our class as inventive, in both imagination and initiative.
I hate when people use that tone when they are speaking in front of people. It gives like you're reading off a paper, even though I know you're reading, but you shouldn't be reading. You should know your speech and just look down on your paper and for reference points. You know what I'm saying? So that way you didn't give off this tone. And if you notice when you listen to people when they speak, a lot of people, like even in church and certain other places, people have this same tone. You know, it's because I don't know. It doesn't give authenticity to me, and I immediately stopped listening at the message.
At the same time, several teachers reminded me of our class's commitment to Gilman and our sophomore year when brainstorming ways to fundraise.
Sophomore year, brainstorming year. You see what I'm saying? That tone.
We didn't just settle for the usual blended lead roles. While Tommy Morey and Chris Wolf helped put on the show that I doubt any.
Instead of saying, hold on, whatever he say.
3 seniors, Jeremy Booth, Gus Many.
3 seniors, Jeremy Booth, such and such, and they helped put on the show, you know, and it was such and such. And this is how you motivate a crowd. This is how you reach people when you can talk to them authentically or whatever. You know what I'm saying? When you're reading off a paper and you're talking like this, they're not really going to be motivated. They're going to think that you are a robot, and because you sound like one. And that's just how that is. I mean, I'm speaking. I know he high school. He just graduated on this video, but listen to people in the world when they giving speeches like that. You will notice it a whole lot more. I'm an orator, so I listen to people. I listen to certain shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
And Jake Goodwin blended lead roles. Well, Tommy
they teach you this type of speech class.
Gilman's first-year cybersecurity team. I think this combination of preservation and exploration is what Gilman is all about.
I think this combination of such and such and that is what it's all about. You know, I think this combination of it don't give the same.
Gilman maintains its classic core values by cultivating minds, classroom, on the fields, and on the stage. So parents and faculty,
hey,
thank you for all your
arraigned in Pennsylvania. Let's listen in to authorities in Hollidaysburg, Pennsylvania, provide an update.
Let's go. See what they talking about.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Deputy Chief Derek Swope of the Altoona Police Department. Today we're going to go through an incident that occurred in the city of Altoona. This morning at approximately 9:14 a.m., Altoona police officers received a call of a suspicious male at a local restaurant. It was reported that the male matched the description of murder in New York City. When officers arrived, they made contact with the male who had a face mask on. That male was asked to remove his face mask, and officers immediately recognized him as a suspect in the New York City shooting
Hit that like button.
in recent days. That male was asked for a form of identification. He then provided a fake identification card out of New Jersey. After a brief investigation, it was determined that the ID provided was in fact a fake ID, and he was subsequently
It's all the same
arrested,
information.
For a forgery charge.
Is y'all gonna say something new?
Once he was taken into custody for that forgery charge, he was transported to the Altoona Police Department. Once at the Altoona Police Department, that male was searched instant to arrest. It was discovered that he had a United States passport that identified him as, Luigi Mangione. From
Mangione,
there,
ain't?
continued search of his property. A firearm was located, and a suppressor was also located. There were also other items of evidentiary value that were located that would assist in this investigation. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to Governor Shapiro for some words.
He didn't want to talk at all. He was ready to get off the mic.
Thank you, Deputy Chief Swope, and let me acknowledge and thank the law enforcement.
He couldn't wait to get to the mic.
Joined with today, beginning with Lieutenant Colonel Bivens of the Pennsylvania State Police. I want to thank Senior Special Supervisory Agent Szabo from the FBI, and acknowledge NYPD Commissioner Daughtry and the women and men of the NYPD who join us here today. District Attorney Weeks, who you will hear from shortly. And I just concluded a briefing with Mayor Adams and Commissioner Tisch from New York. I want to begin by thanking our fellow Pennsylvania resident who acted as a hero today. Pennsylvania resident saw something early this morning.
He or she wasn't no hero. They were looking for that paper.
Something to our local police. And our local police here in Altoona acted
I'd have done the
swiftly.
same thing. I'd have been like,
I
"Ooh,
want to
shit!"
say
I
a
got
special
that.
thanks to
Got
Officer
him.
Tyler Fry
Big
of the
payout.
Altoona Police Department. Officer Fry is about 6 months into his time serving his fellow people here in Pennsylvania, and he acted swiftly, he acted with smarts, and he acted with calm. You know, safety often turns on the strength of the relationship between proven here today. Demonstrate the same type of thoughtfulness and courage and smarts as the individual at McDonald's did this morning, and help law enforcement here in Pennsylvania as we continue with our investigation. You'll see photos of the suspect who is here, and you should know that this suspect traveled between Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, making stops in between, obviously here in Altoona. I want to ask all of our fellow Pennsylvanians to help us with any tips that they might have by contacting us at 800-4PA-TIPS. Again, that number is 800-4PA-TIPS. The suspect was just arraigned here in the courthouse, and presumably New York will file charges very, very soon. That process will continue to play out, and justice will be delivered in this case. This case is hinged on attention. In fact, the attention in this case and the killing of Brian Thompson was helpful, no doubt, in allowing us to capture this killer, in alerting that individual at McDonald's this morning, and then having that individual contact police. But some attention in this case, especially online, has been deeply disturbing, as some have looked to celebrate instead of condemning this killer. Brian Thompson was a father to two. He was a husband, and he was a friend to many. And yes, he was the CEO of a health insurance company. In America, we do not kill people in cold blood to resolve policy differences or express a viewpoint.
Do we not?
I understand people have real frustration with our healthcare system, and I have worked to address that throughout my career. But I have no tolerance, nor should anyone, for one man using an illegal ghost gun to murder someone because he thinks his...
Uh-oh, we lost them. That's them.
Ideologues engage in vigilante justice. In some dark corners, this killer is being hailed as a hero. Hear me on this. He is a hero. The real hero in this story is the person who called 911 at McDonald's this morning. The real heroes every day in our society are the women and men who put on uniforms like these and go out in our communities to keep us safe. This killer was not a hero. He should not be hailed. Mr. Thompson, I understand, was laid to rest.
He should not be killed. What you mean then? He should be killed?
Private setting. As the conversation continues about this case, let's be mindful not to dehumanize him and make him just an avatar of a system that is disliked by many. He was a father. He was a husband.
Oh, I was about to say.
Deserve to die like this.
Oh, okay. He's talking about the CEO.
I again want to thank all law enforcement who's present here this evening. Law enforcement works best when it works together. In this case,
whatever, man.
Working together with the Altoona Police Department, working together with our Pennsylvania State Police and our partners at the federal level as well. Everyone came together to solve this case and keep the public safe. I again want to ask my fellow Pennsylvanians, if you have any information regarding this suspect or his travels throughout Pennsylvania, please share those tips with us immediately. And with that, I want to thank District Attorney Weeks for his important work today and invite him to the microphone to say a few words.
Thank you, Governor Shapiro. Good evening, everyone.
All right, let's see what you got to say, man.
The governor's sentiments. Law enforcement does work at its best when they work together. I'd also like to thank
y'all think them the eyebrows that did it?
And his staff came down from the Manhattan District Attorney's Office today in record time to assist us at the Altoona Police Department. And as the governor stated, the state police, the Altoona Police Department, the FBI, the New York City Police Department, Logan Township Police Department, the Blair County Sheriff's Department, and other agencies all work together today to do
He's saying the same shit.
To seek justice.
All right, so they got the killer or the alleged. It looked like them eyebrows, man. He should have shaved. He should have done something. He should have done something different with them eyebrows, man. He should have covered them bad boys up. He should have I don't know. He should have put some makeup on them to try to make them look thin on the camera lens. You know what I'm saying? To make them look like some thin eyebrows. And then he pop out with these bushy eyebrows. Be like, shit, man, that's not me. Look at them eyebrows. Shit, them not me. That's not me. Yeah, I think that's them eyebrows, man. Hey, yo. I think that's them eyebrows. They look like them. They look like them eyebrows, man. You know what I'm saying? But I wonder what his motive was. What? This is still news to me, y'all. I'm still trying to figure this thing out. I don't know what's going on. I'm lost. Why he did it. You know, maybe y'all don't know either. But I know these insurance companies was just announcing that they had changed some things. They had changed some things up like Blue Cross Blue Shield wasn't gonna be paying for anesthesia or paying for the full length of anesthesia, something to that effect. And then shortly after this happened, the CEO of United Healthcare was knocked off. They reversed it. They said, "Oh, you know what? We thought about it. We changed our minds about that. Yeah, we still gonna pay for the anesthesia. Don't worry about that, people." You know what I'm saying? We was tripping. We woke up and you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Was it some funny shit going on with these insurance companies? Because you know they don't like to pay out. They want to take from you so much. They want to take that money from you every month. Yeah. And if you default on payments, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna get your coverage revoked and all that type of stuff. But they want that dollar from you. Healthcare. I'm talking about life insurance. That's what I was thinking about. But healthcare, all that type of shit or whatever. They want that from you. But when it's time to pay out for whatever reason or do they part, they trying to find every loophole to get out of doing what they do. So I wonder what his real motive was. Was it a beef with some insurance that a situation happened with a family member? Or was this another personal beef? You know, this is wild information though. All right, now this right here, which is going insane on the internet right now, is Daniel Penny being acquitted for murder of Jordan Neely, right? So there was a situation in was it New York? Yeah, okay. So it says New York jury found Daniel Penny not guilty of criminally negligent homicide. This comes after they dismissed the second-degree manslaughter charge. Says the panelists acquitted Penny of criminally negligent homicide. Which could have put him behind bars for up to 4 years. In Neely's chokehold death aboard a crowded uptown F train in May 2025. The family speaks out.
And kicking in America. There's no other way to view this. Everyone has looked at the case. And those among you who say that Daniel Penny is innocent have racism and bias in your heart. If you look at the facts of this case, then you understand that Daniel Penny is guilty. But today, white supremacy got another victory.
He ain't scared to say it. A lot of black people are afraid to say this on camera out loud. White supremacy, which we've been under the thumb and rule of since the creation of this nation. But for some reason, we're afraid to speak on white supremacy, which is alive and well. This doesn't mean every white person practice white supremacy, but if they don't speak out against it, then they do. So if they want to turn their head and act as if it don't, then they just this, and this man was clearly guilty. Deputize these types of people, this white man, to police black people. He didn't have to kill him. He did not have to choke this man to death. If he needed to restrain him, he could have restrained him without choking him to death. I don't think, and I can't remember the case too clearly, so I don't even want to give my full opinion on the details. But from what I do remember, he didn't have to choke that man to death. He could have detained him.
KKK, the Klansmen, the evil in America, got another victory. They got that top charge dismissed. America shall continue to America and shall continue.
Man, I've been saying this about this whole election. This is what I said. I said America gonna continue to America. I ain't never heard nobody else say that. I just said that. I just grabbed it out the sky and said it. Maybe somebody said it before me. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I learned from the wise, and I take and twist and put my own thing to it a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like Malcolm X, I learned from those types of people that come before me, and I put my own twist to it. but I've never heard nobody say America is going to continue to America. This is real. This is true.
You to place second-class status on black people. Racism is still alive and kicking in America.
So I think Jordan Neely was he special needs or something? I don't know. I don't know. I forgot. Yeah. I don't really know, but I do know that the man didn't have to be choked out to death. You know. All right, now this right here, I was trying to find an article on this, but here we go right here. So speaking of somebody being acquitted for murder, right? Check this out. We have this Philly man says Philly man once awarded $4 million. This is a black man. Says a Philly man once awarded $4 million for wrongful death conviction returns to prison. For what? For $1,200 drug debt murder. This goofy fool was wrongfully convicted for murder, right? Or wrongful death conviction. It doesn't say murder. Let me share this with y'all. And then he gets out of jail. And then he goes out and commit murder. It says Sharon Thompson. Hold on. Sharon Thomas. Is this this might be an article right here. This is what I was trying to. No, that's not. Never mind. Anyway, let me read this. It says Sharon Thomas was convicted of murder in 1992. That's the year I was born, but was exonerated in alibi hadn't been investigated, and Thomas was implicated by a pair. Said detectives coached him. Note that this happened before Krasner was sworn in. I don't know who that is. Despite being a millionaire, he went back to selling drugs and got his girlfriend's friend to sell cocaine for him. The friend never paid him for the drugs, so Thomas killed him in a drive-by with the girlfriend in the car, threatening his girlfriend and saying that this was his third murder. So, you mean to tell me that this dude committed the murders that he was convicted for, that he was released for wrongful conviction? He actually committed those murders, or that murder. He got out because an alibi, some kind of way, he got out. And he goes right back to doing the same shit. That's because he didn't deserve it. No way. God gave this man a second chance. And this man goes out and do what he did. He didn't deserve to be out here in the free world in the first place. And he probably had a boyfriend up in that thing since he been up in there for so long. He been in there for 30 damn years. I'm 2017. How old was I? They all like 25, 26. 27, somewhere in that time. He was in that motherfucker a good little minute. You know what I'm saying? So he was institutionalized. He wanted to get back in there. So $1,200, he was like, shit, I'm gonna use that as an excuse to get back to my boyfriend. Ain't no way in hell. Out of 4.1 million, like, bro, you done fucked up the money like that? You done fucked up the money like that, man. Give y'all one more before we get up out of here, because I wasn't even supposed to be on here that long. Check this out right here, y'all. It says North Carolina's number one blood member impregnates nurse and officer behind bars. Now claims he's the victim. What kind of shit is that? She don't look half bad either over here. Look at him. Let's see what's going down.
Is the #1 blood gang member in North Carolina, prosecutors said today.
3 women face charges related to actions that investigators say involve inmate Darius Tyson. A detention officer and a nurse working at the jail are charged with having sexual relations with him. Another detention officer is charged with bringing him a phone.
Man, he out there, he living a life, ain't he? He got 3 women up in that bad boy. He's smashing on.
In court, Tyson's attorney, Daniel Meyer, tried to argue for a bond reduction, claiming his client is a victim.
Now, I doubt it that he was the victim, but in the eyes of the law, he is, because the power dynamics, like I just did this video on the officer who was caught having phone sex with an inmate and talking about what they did. You see what I'm saying? And in that video, they explained that, you know, due to the power dynamic, inmates and officers cannot have any relationship because of so many officers who was abusing inmates. They did a study like in the 1990s, and you know, so many officers were sexually abusing inmates, and so they put this law out to where, you know, inmates and officers cannot have any relationship like that. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of like being at work with your boss and employee. They can't date, they can't have any type of, you know. So yeah, so maybe he is a victim in the eyes of the law, but I doubt it.
Sexually assaulted, a detainee by law cannot consent.
As I just spoke,
he is a victim in those cases.
Prosecutor Mary Giudero claims Tyson admitted to being the highest-ranking blood gang member in the state.
Damn.
She says he used his influence, even from jail, to coordinate drug deals from the phone that was illegally brought to him. Even says the 2 women he's alleged to have had sex with in jail got pregnant. WRAL
can't even pull out.
Investigates found the nurse, Laren
Well, a Durham man is the #1 blood gang member.
Had been reprimanded by the nursing board in Georgia. Records show she falsified the number of hours she worked and seemingly showed no remorse, telling the board she would do it again.
Damn.
Still, the North Carolina Board of Nursing issued her a probationary license earlier this year.
What is the Darius Tyson that you know as his mom?
He's an artist, meaning he's a rapper. He's a nice guy, nice looking, very charming. You know.
Who's this, his mama?
That's it.
Darius Tyson was previously convicted in a 2010 murder. The court overturned that, though, in 2020, ordering a new trial that still hasn't happened. Now he's in custody for a different murder, accused of killing Sean.
Dang, all these people getting off on these M charges and going back for the same thing. Wow, they ain't learning no lesson.
Burton in 2022.
Durham County, they have it out for him.
Had been
Durham County, they have it out for him. Or is his ass just out here causing havoc, breaking the law? What the hell? Ain't nobody got it out for him.
reprimanded by the nursing board in Georgia. Records show she falsified the number of hours she worked and seemingly showed no remorse.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, I thought that was quite interesting. You know what I'm saying? Oh. Anyway, that's it for the day. I appreciate each and every last one of y'all for pulling up to the Bootleg Gas Studio. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you just pulling up, you did what I mean. And if you just pulling up, make sure you bring it all the way back to the and we up out this thing.